Victorian child is confirmed to be the first human case of a rare and dangerous bird flu in Australia. As Mimi Becker explains, an egg farm in Victoria detected a different strain of the virus and is now in quarantine.
CSIRO has confirmed the strain of bird flu to be the H5n1, which is different to the current global outbreak. It's understood around 400,000 chickens have had to be put down after bird flu was detected at an egg farm near Meredith in the west of Victoria. Specialist teams have been seen at that property dressed in hazmat suits conducting more testing there. There is, of course, strict quarantine measures in place around that property and in other farms in the area, as there is a high possibility it may have already spread. But experts say the risk to the public remains low.
This is not a type of avian influenza which is a risk to humans. It's very small risk, very few cases globally, but therefore it's totally safe to consume eggs and carry on eating poultry as long as it's properly cooked.
Now, the Department of Health is working with Agriculture Victoria, but in a completely separate case and a separate strain, a confirmation of a human case of bird flu has come through. It's understood a child who was travelling in India managed to catch the infection, and they travelled back here to Melbourne in March. It's understood they suffered a severe infection but have made a full recovery. It's not believed that that virus has spread to anyone else, but authorities are on alert.
All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. That is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation. That is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. The first case in Australia of a human catching the bird. The first case in Australia of a human, a child, catching the bird. Okay, and you know by bird, what am I talking about? Okay, now they saying their variant isn't the same as the variant that's over here in the States, but nevertheless, it is a variant. I believe they called it an H5n1. Okay, showing you that they are getting ready to bring this thing forth, all right? Now, they saying it's dangerous or you don't need to have any concerns, but when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction coming, okay? As a woman in travail. So they could very much well be setting the stage, all right? We've done articles and read articles that's showing you over the summer, they saying this thing is supposed to be picking up, and here we are. Okay, the last week in May, the beginning of June, right around the corner. And now we're seeing a case in Australia. Hey, let's just keep our eyes open and see exactly how this thing, plays out, because it's showing all signs of that 2020 campaign, okay? It started off with one person. Then the next thing, it picked up steam, and then they was just, locking things down, okay? Now, it's already to be said that, the troops are already over here in strategic positions placed for when this lockdown occurs so that, they can have everything, ready to go. All right. So you see in the narrative through these, social media networks. And, I'm pretty sure, the mainstream media is going to go full viral with this when it's time, okay? But as of right now, they're keeping everything under wraps. So this is 2 Corinthians 2 in verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right. And we know he has to set the stage with a narrative, to come with it, okay? But he understands eventually the people are going to be on to him, and that's why he's already brought his troops in over here through the crisis border, okay? So when this does take place, which it will, they're going to be, speaking of the elite, the wicked elite, they're going to be more than they're going to be more than ready for that, okay? They already got their troops on the ground. Here in America, that's where it's really going to go down at, okay? Because America has never had that yoke, okay? America has never had that, stringent dictator rulership where they had, stripped of their rights that was given to them by their forefathers and now have to be put under this new subjection, they're not going to know how to react to it. Okay, they're going to uphold their amendments. Okay, because they believe that's what the amendment, the civil rights was. I mean, the amendments was given to them for just such an occasion. When the government comes in with tyranny, they have the right to bear arms. Okay, so it's going to be a militia going up against these troops, man. And if you ain't on the right side, if you're not under the hedge of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, you're going to get mowed down with them. Okay, so this is the time, man. The stage is being set. These are the last days, to get your affairs in order for the lights go out here in Egypt, which is Babylon the Great. So that's why we're telling you, repent, be ye converted, okay? Now is the time. Remember thy creative now in thy days of thy youth, okay? Because things going to get very hectic out here, okay? So it says 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right, we just seen this play 4 years ago, okay? Now they bringing it forth again because, hey, they getting ready to come with that great wrath, man, okay? We can only tell you so many times before it actually takes place, all right? This is, This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, because, that's what the reporter said, allegedly that there is no concern to be cause of this, minor outbreak, just a one-off. But when they shall say peace and safety, what happens? Then sudden destruction cometh upon them. Right. One turns into two, because that's how it started in America. They said it wasn't that much of a concern. The first case, which was in Texas, hadn't been there since, who knows how long. Then a couple of weeks later, another case pops up in Michigan, okay? And this is all on the back of them saying that this summer could very much well be the, straw that breaks the camel back where this, outbreak takes off. So verse 3 says, for when they shall say peace and safety, what happens? Then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right. And, once they put this place in another, shutdown, lockdown scenario, hey, there's nobody coming and going without the authorization of the, current policy that's going to be put in place, okay, under this, government, okay? Which may very well be, terminated or suspended in those times, okay? Your civil rights, your Fourth Amendment, all those is going to be thrown out the window under a time of war, because they're going to bring foreign troops that they already have on American soil, okay? And it's going to be hectic. So we seeing the buildup, if it be the Lord's will, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, we seeing these cases. It could all be about the bird, okay? The bird has flown the coop, as they say, all right? Hide me from the fowler's snare, okay? Because he's getting ready to come, all right? And he very much well could use this scenario as this bird, flying the coop, gonna get things started, okay? Now, we ain't worried about the poultry. We worried about the transmission, okay? How transmissible it is, okay? Because if it could jump, once it jumps from human to human, that's a wrap. Right now, it's still from, from animal to human. Once it goes human to human, okay, we got some on our hands now. And that's what the holdup is, okay? Once they report that human to human, hey, it's time, okay? Be very circumspect. And not saying that you shouldn't be circumspect before, but be very circumspect, okay? Because these are the times that we've been talking about, okay? This is going to be it's time to grow, okay? It's not a, what do they call it? It's not an exercise. It's the real thing, all right? Because now they're going to say, hey, we got to, put, for the safety of the people, we have to put, people back into quarantine, okay? And the people, they ain't going to want to go back to 2020, man. That's why the troops are being strategically placed in these major cities, okay? Because they know once they put things back like they were in 2020, the people are going to be in an uproar, all right? And that's why they got these troops, all right, for such an occasion. So we seeing the stage being set, okay, with a prelude by this bird, okay, whether it's the H5n1 or H5n, you know what, however they want to get it however they want to jump it off, we got to be prepared, all right. So this is just the update, man, showing you this thing is getting ready to go global, okay. 1 or 2 cases in America, now you got 1 case in Australia. Let's see exactly what else goes on, okay? It could be something, it could be nothing. All right, well, we just blowing the trumpet to allow you to get yourself together and to tell you, hey, now it's not the time to be slacking off, all right? Our salvation is nearer than we expect. So not going to make this too much of a long video. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. 1 Peter 5:8, exactly, which says, be sober, okay? You can't be sidetracked because America and other countries, I'm pretty sure, have, a plethora of ways to keep you, busy outside of what you need to be focusing on. Okay. They got a expelling, story in these playoffs, which could very much well sidetrack the people going into summer. Then on top of that, you got the Trump trial, keeping people mind occupied in matters that don't, really involve anything of not just salvation, but anything of substantial, meaning. This is all just to keep you sidetracked while they put things into place, okay? Meanwhile, you seeing another case in another country of this bird, taking off. Now they said the child, healed or recovered, but it's the fact when they say that bird, jumped from one human to another, then hey, we're gonna see how things start to get then, okay? Because that's gonna have all the telltale signs, the hallmarks of what happened in 2020. So be sober, be vigilant. Why? Because your adversary, the devil, lest Satan should get an advantage of us. Remember, we read that 2 Corinthians 2:11. Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Okay? Now, he wants to go under the radar all the way up until the last minute, but whatever he needs to do to get his enterprise up and running, he's going to do it, whether he's getting exposed or not. Okay? So he can't hold back. He has to move forward. All right? And the Most High is propelling him to do that. It's compelling him to do that, Salakia. Okay? Because the Most High, he works on the minds of the kings, okay? So he's bringing forth this, this devil, whether he wants to or not, all right? So that his prophecies may be fulfilled, because none of his prophecies are coming back void, all right? So be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour, all right? So, keep your affairs in order, man. We here, all right? Let's keep an eye out. Let's keep an eye out for this summer leading into the fall. So, hey, things gonna start to pick up if it be the Lord's will. So with that being said, I pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.